Every day contribute
Good
to
evening.
the diversity and beauty of our community.
Transgenders who we have lost are remembered in Santa Clara County.
Helping people reach their potential through
These modern-day saints help to build self-esteem for the less fortunate in our community.
Customers and listening.
I feel sorry for gay people.
An
Trump and the
editorial on
Republicans
who
are
will be
committed to
negatively
reversing
affected
every
from
bit of
our
progress we've
presidential
made in the last
election.
30 years.
And welcome to Outlook Video, your nationally recognized, award-winning news magazine for the LGBTQ community. 2017 is our 30th year documenting our extended lesbian gay community. I'm Jay Raley.
And I'm Roberta Gonzalez-Gregg. Wow, Jay, 30 years.
30 years, can you believe it?
No, we must have been just kids at the time.
I didn't start way in the beginning either, so.
Transgender Day of Remembrance was set aside to memorialize those who were killed due to anti-transgender hatred or prejudice. This year's event was held in November to honor Rita Hester, whose murder on November 28, 1998, kicked off the Remembering Our Dead Wed project and a San Francisco candlelight vigil in 1999. Rita Hester's murder, like most anti-transgender murder cases, has yet to be solved. Kim Lawson will take us to that event. Jay, did you do something to your hair recently?
You know, I meant to get a haircut before I came, but because the color's not right. I was going for something else and I ended up with Donald Trump orange.
That's what it is.
Saints of Steel is a nonprofit that empowers people in the community to impact those in need through free haircuts. Roberta will sit down with Jazz Lemos to hear how she founded this organization. We'll hear how a simple haircut can make a major difference in someone's life.
The presidential election is over. We have much work ahead in the upcoming years. Bennett Marks will comment on groups of people who've been undeservingly bashed by President-elect Trump.
Let's start with Kim Lawson's coverage of this year's Transgender Day of Remembrance held at the Santa Clara County offices. You're watching Outlook Video.
My name is Maribel Martinez, and I'm the director for the Office of LGBTQ Affairs here for the County of Santa Clara. It was really important for us to find a space that was central, that opened up to the community, and to reinforce the message that our county government is here, it's responsive to the needs of our community, and is building to create a more just and inclusive community here in Santa Clara County. Anytime that I have the chance to be part of a space that honors the lives of folks who have tremendously, bravely, courageously stepped forth in this world in their truth, in their power, I have to say thanks. And I have to say thanks in the language of my ancestors. So with that I say, which says thank you to the ancestors, thank you for those who walked before me. It is because of them that we are. Tonight is a heavy night and has been a heavy couple of days, maybe a week, if not more so years for some of us who have been in community, who have been speaking up, speaking out, and walking with the truth of many of our transgender family. Today, we honor their lives, we celebrate their beauty, and we recommit ourselves to ensuring that everyone can live a happy, fulfilling, safe, long life. With that, and with it to join us in many more thoughts and prayers, I invite Mark Massersmith.
A few words of remembrance. Once again, we are called together to honor our dead. For so many years we have prayed that each day of remembrance of this kind would be the last. Still, killings go on, and each year another piece of our heart is torn from us. Now, as we face again even greater unrest in our country, we call on the Great Spirit to hear our cry and cover our community with bold protection unseen by us before. Some who commit these atrocities proclaim they do this in God's name, to free this world from sin and evil. Yet in their blindness, they forget how you, O God, proclaim your love for us, how you have called us your children because you know our hearts and have heard our call. Hear us once again as we call out for your protection and ask to be set free from our oppression. Open the minds of those who work in these systems that they may see and use their power to put an end to this horrible injustice. Awaken those who serve in houses of worship, that they too may speak out on behalf of our innocence and work alongside us to set our people free. Do not let the deaths of our sisters and brothers be in vain. Shelter them in the light of your love and fill us with the assurance of your presence and promise. Comfort our sisters and brothers who have died and welcome them into your glory. We pray in your many names.
Next, I'd like to invite Supervisor Dave Cortese, President of the County Board of Supervisors.
Good evening. Thank you for the invitation to be here. Patty and I are glad to be here, for lack of a better word. It's certainly a somber event as you go around the room and really get in touch with the victimization that's all over the walls here. And if you let it, I think it really does come to life. In a way, it comes to life, it becomes very real. And we need to continue to devote resources, real resources, in a county that has a $6.5 billion budget, 20,000 employees. We need to make this issue a priority. We certainly have for those who have been trafficked, and you see a lot of fact patterns that look like people who have been trafficked. We certainly have made great strides the last couple of years on focusing on that problem by devoting dollars to it, by creating teams of law enforcement and re-educating our own law enforcement so that they see that the victims are victims, not perpetrators. Those are important shifts in thinking, and in the devotion of resources. The speakers before me talked about the heaviness of the last couple of weeks. That's true. We don't have the luxury that we did in 2008 and 2012 of celebrating and sitting back and working through traditional channels for social change and social impact, knowing that at the federal level we had an executive administration that was already on board. This time we need to start now, and I think we need to start right here in Santa Clara County, where we have the strongest foundation of anywhere in the country to lead on the kind of issues that we're here for today.
Themselves to love who we want, and we change the world. We change the world, and so at least here in this country you can marry the person that you love. And we all know that sea change only happened one by one, family member to family member, co-worker to co-worker. And with all of that love and all of the understanding of who gay and lesbian people are, we change. And I think we are now finding that to be absolutely true with transgender people as well. Even for myself, the stories that you hear, particularly of young people who just know that their gender does not conform to who they are. And as those stories are told, I know we will see that change as well. We're all very stressed about what's happened at the national level. Just felt that we were making progress. And now we aren't quite sure what's going to happen. but we know we just have to be even more outspoken. We need more policies, we need more actions, we need more conversations so we can make sure that we don't backstep. And I just, certainly Supervisor Cortese and the entire Board of Supervisors are here to pledge that we will always be as strong and committed and as vocal as we can to protect everybody in our community, but particularly those people who, for whatever reasons, are a little bit more vulnerable and often find themselves the victim of crimes and murder, that we will stand behind them and we will do everything we can, particularly on this day of remembrance. Thank you.
As we come to the end of our event, remembering and honoring the lives that were taken away brutally and too soon in the transgender community, let's take a few moments to celebrate those individuals from the community who are here tonight and who every day contribute to the diversity and beauty of our community, economically, educationally, politically, culturally, spiritually, and in countless other ways. Tonight, we recommit ourselves to be a loving source of support and acceptance for all transgender people, to promote education and awareness whenever we can, and to speak up and take action against violence, abuse, injustice, and marginalization of any trans person. Perhaps most importantly, we have an opportunity to reach out and support our trans youth of all ages, including the very young. May we extend love and compassion and support so they can realize their hopes, dreams, and full potential. May we never stop working to build a world around them where they can flourish, be truly happy, and accepted, and live in peace. And may all of us as one community go forward together in unity and love.